Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play The Binding of Isaac. I'm gonna hurry here, and I'm gonna select Isaac because I'm doing a challenge run that quite a lot of people have expressed interest in, but I've expressed a little bit of hesitancy over because it's kind of difficult to plan for. I'm actually gonna do a speed run, or gonna do my best at doing a speed run. Now, I think my best time throughout the game has been about 33 minutes, so I'm gonna try to beat that. But we'll see. Okay, 2 bombs for the price of 1, that's good. We're gonna immediately go down to the boss room. Forget me now. Oh man, that's tough call. We're gonna take normally I would love to do that, but we're gonna just hold on to the D6, and we'll fight the boss here. That's a damn shame, actually. I was hoping. I was kind of thinking, like, if we do the Forget Me Now, we could maybe get 2 items, and that would allow us to maybe pick up some really good damage upgrades, because that's really going to be the determining factor here. If we could get a Brimstone, or if we could get Fetus in a Jar would be fantastic as well, or Mom's Knife. Probably Brimstone would be the best, actually. But otherwise, like, a lot of this run is going to be dictated entirely by damage up upgrades. If I don't get a lot of damage up, I don't have much of a chance. If I do, I might. Other than that, the variations in my play are only going to slightly dictate how fast this run goes. You know, a minute and a half to get past the first floor is not so bad. I did lose a lot of health, but I did pick up a cube of meat, that's alright. Normal play, if you're playing this for real at home. I don't know how you would get that exact same, you know, layout, considering the dungeons are randomly generated, but definitely go for the Forget Me Now. Because, you know, redoing the caves, or sorry, the basement part 1 is a really, really easy draw. So I guess beyond that, my strategy is just going to be pretty much the same as the Who's the Boss run. As soon as I find the boss, immediately go down to the next floor. Hopefully I find the item room before that. And hopefully my D6 actually allows me to pick up some increased damage. Or again, Fetus in a Jar, it's a really rare item. Remember, Fetus in a Jar allows you to shoot bombs instead of bullets. And it's a high-risk item as well, but could work out for the best. Sadly, no keys. We'll have to do a little bit of backtracking. Really have no interest in fighting this guy, except for the fact that he might drop Anarchist Cookbook, and if he drops Anarchist Cookbook, I can use my D6, re-roll it, and potentially pick up an item, because I don't want Anarchist Cookbook right now, obviously. Okay, so we'll kill him. Anarchist Cookbook, re-roll it. Little Chub. Okay, that is a huge upgrade, and that will allow us to actually do a lot of damage on these floors. Now I'm hoping to come across a key somewhere in here, and I am actually gonna, you know, try to pick up money as much as possible, because I really want to go to the shop and possibly pick up, you know, Book of Revelations might not be for the best, but there's oftentimes the mushrooms in there that do increased damage and whatnot. I haven't seen Little Chub as an item for a while, so I guess that's one way to get it. Another half heart we don't need. I'm sadly, at this point, if I found the key, I would backtrack all the way to the shop, but it would cost me valuable time. Really, you'd be hoping, if you were trying to do a speed run, like, for real, I guess, if you wanted to set the world record for whatever reason, you would probably just want to restart the game until you got Fetus in a Jar on the first or the second floor. That nickel is huge, actually. It means we might be able to go to the shop on the next floor. If I could actually find a key, of course. But, looks like finding a key might not be an issue here. Or backtracking might not be an issue, because I'm not able to find a key. So we'll just immediately fight our boss here. Champion version of Monstro. Not sure what makes him a champion, but Little Chub is going to make it so he's pretty easy to take out. Dumb damage, but again, I'm not too concerned about that. The only reason I am a little bit concerned about that is because it lowers the chances of me being able to make a deal with the devil, which is really what I need to do in order to pick up either a Mom's Knife or Brimstone, which is probably my best chance at a speedrun at this point. Let's just continue getting to him here. There we go, back to full health. We got our HP up and down to the next floor. 5 minutes. This is sadly not fast enough right now. We really need to pick up some keys. Could have re-rolled that HP up, but again, I'm really banking on making a deal with the devil at some point, so I'm hoping that that comes to fruition. Otherwise, this is just going to be a normal run where I'm skipping a lot of things, which, you know, is fine in its own right. Only going to go in here if there's a golden chest. There is. So if I get extra keys, I might go in there, see if I get an item, and then I can re-roll it and pick up something else. Or, you know, take whatever that item is. Maybe it's good. can't say with authority that I would abandon it. The other thing about Fetus in a Jar is if you run into a room that's a dead end, you could just immediately bomb your way out of the room and leave. So it would save you a lot of time. That would actually probably be my ideal choice. Even though it's high risk, I've probably got to backtrack this way anyway. I'll pick up... Oh, maybe I don't. You know, I haven't taken a lot of damage on this floor, so I will fight the boss. Because there's always a possibility I can get that deal with the devil immediately. Gertie, okay, that sucks, but we'll work it out. This is the Gertie that only spawns enemies, I think. Which shouldn't be so bad. I might use a fair amount of my bombs here to make this fight go a little bit faster. Because Gertie is a pretty bad boss to run into on a speedrun. Kind of like the polar opposite of Skolex. It's a boss that's got a ton of hit points. I'm going to save one bomb. And we'll just go to town on Gertie here. That fight went really well, actually. And I might get a deal with the devil because I don't think I've taken any damage on this floor, but I gotta get through here first. Chub can't do that? Okay. You know what? Better safe than sorry. Let's plant a bomb. We do get a deal with the devil. We'll probably pick up that HP up as well. Definitely go for increased damage. Let's take the HP up and then head down to the next floor. 6 minutes through the caves part 1. Feeling pretty strong as long as I can avoid taking damage, essentially. I can't believe I haven't gotten a single key over the course of this entire video so far. Probably if I'd played that slot machine, I would have. Justice, okay, fantastic. That means one more cent and we can go back to the shop if we have to backtrack. Or, of course, we can go to the item room. Definitely will not be going to the arcade. And if I had Fetus in a Jar, I would have just bombed my way out of that room immediately. Won't go to the shop just yet. We'll wait until we get one more cent, which should be soon, hopefully. Here we go. Little Chub's actually helping me out a great deal here. Remember, I can reroll the items in the shop as well, which is pretty important. I will go for that chest because another key would be more valuable than another bomb at this point. Because, you know, for bosses that I would use bombs to fight, the only other one is Chub. And we'll probably pick up some bombs from this anyway, so no big deal. Yeah, bomb and key. Did I open both chests? No, I didn't. Okay, now let's go back to the shop. I'd rather backtrack now, even though it might cost me a little bit of extra time. We got enough keys for both the item room and the shop, should I come across them both. We'll re-roll, because I don't want the map. I don't want Lemon Mishap either, so we'll abandon that, sadly. Save the money for the next floor, right? And coming through here, I'm hoping that we find the item room, but if we don't, we'll just fight the boss. It's been going pretty well so far. The only thing is, these disadvantages are going to start to stack up pretty quickly. So I would love to pick up... Basically, I would love to pick up a brimstone on this floor, even if it left me with only one heart. Now, of course, there's always the possibility that I might have to do some backtracking on this floor, and I'll go back to the shop, which should be fine, too. Got tons of money right now. Should have known that this was a dead end, just by looking at the map, but I'll take the pill anyway. Could be a speed up. Maybe it'll pay for itself. Or telepills, which will move me back into the shop area. Cost me a little bit of time, but we're probably going to get out of this floor before the 10-minute mark, which is pretty fast, considering the times that I've set before. Just fire our little Chub here. And with these guys dead, there's another bomb, which is pretty important. Hey, we did find the item room for once. That was impossible dodging there. There was no way I was going to get out of that. Now, I've just got to hope that I don't get hit too much more often, because I'm actually kind of low on health, which would be bad for business as we go to fight the boss. You know, I'm probably okay against these bosses. I have fought them all at least like 25 times, but you never know. Thank God we picked up that heart. One bomb to pick up 2 bombs is fine by me. We'll save some time. Whore of Babylon, or we'll reroll. Not too happy about picking up those spirit hearts, but it could be worse. There's our bombs, and hopefully the boss is up in this direction. And it is, okay. So we can get out of this. I guess the spirit hearts are good because, you know, we have a little bit of extra leeway against the boss. If we take a lot of damage, it's not gonna murder us. Also, if I manage to save these hearts for a while, we could trade all 3 of them for another deal with the devil, although that's kind of unlikely. Spirit heart deals seem pretty unusual when you're not playing as Blue Baby. Alright, little Chub. Don't want his item at all, but that's okay. Let's plant some bombs. He'll eat those, and little Chub should actually wreck this guy. Yeah, it's taking him out really quickly, because it hits every segment of his body on every pass. But remember, little Chad gets faster. I'm almost positive. I haven't checked the wiki or anything, but I'm almost positive that little Chad gets faster the more you shoot him. So with these guys dead, no deal with the devil. But we will, might as well pick up Little Chad just in case, and then head down to the next floor. 10 minutes, what did I tell you? Okay, Depths Part 1. Now the mom boss fight is going to be insanely difficult. Unless I manage to pick up some good damage upgrades. So this is going to be the floor where that's going to have to happen. I'm probably going to get greed in the shop. Just a hunch. I have been wrong before. But I would not be surprised to pick greed up. Let's put it this way. It's a dead end. And this room could take me 100 years, so I'm going to make an executive decision and just bomb my way out of it. And we will not be going down back that way unless I make a huge mistake. And completely forget what's awaiting me there. So we'll just, normal strategy on these rooms. Sadly, no way to really speed these up with the upgrades that I have right now. Heart could come in handy. Lust is good because we could get an HP up. Or, the other possibility is I could reroll that HP up. Or we might just get some kind of tarot card, but that's okay. What is that? It's Poison Touch? I don't want that. We'll reroll it. Speed and range, that's better. Not a lot better, but better than Poison Touch, I would say, considering the goals that I'm trying to accomplish here. We'll play the Blood Bank once. Got a scent out of it because there is that heart in the other room. I won't go back for it just yet because I could have to backtrack for it, Save myself a couple precious seconds at every available opportunity. I might not have to backtrack for it, but if so, being down half a heart isn't a deal breaker. I should still be able to... Let's put it this way, if I was going to die with only having half a heart, with missing half a heart, I should say, then I was probably going to die regardless. There's another one. There's our item room. Which is fantastic. Glad to find that first. I will be going to that using my only key, because you never know if I'm going to find the shop on this floor or not. Heck, come on. Wasting my time here. There's our item room. What do we have? Brother Bobby. I'm going to re-roll it. Dead Sea Scrolls. Okay, we'll take it. And we'll stick with the... We'll leave the D6. Possibly, it was not my ideal situation. Dead Sea Scrolls is an alright item, though. And there's our boss room. Okay. Let's hop to it. Fighting Gish. Okay, so losing the D6 is not a big deal on this one, obviously, because we're just going to pick up Gish. Gish is a good pickup. It's going to make bosses a lot easier for me to kill. If I could only actually do some damage with Little Chub here. Yeah, that's kind of my go-to. Like, it's rare, and it's not a great damage upgrade, but Little Chub is the best I got when it comes to that right now. Terrible damage to take on my part, but that's the first damage I've taken, I think, in a fair amount of time. So, I'm alright with that. It's funny how when I play the speedruns, I actually, seem to be doing a little bit better when it comes to dodging than normal. At least on these later floors. On the early floors, I had some pretty poor runs. Alright, so Gish is nearly dead. So we have 13 minutes. Doing pretty well. It's amazing how much faster this would have been, not knowing that there was like a womb in the game. Get Gish. Hopefully we'll get Brimstone here. The Nail. 2 hearts for the Nail. We'll take 2 hearts for some stats up. Damage up, I should say. And now we got to be very careful, and we've got to really watch out for Tinted Rocks. But this is... If I'm, going for a speedrun, this is pretty much my only option at this point. Yeah, we got to be very careful on this room. He says as he takes... Is that 1 heart or half a heart with the damage? Hopefully just half a heart. Still... Can't really replenish my health, so I got to be worried here. Might visit... Oh, Judgment takes forever, but I need to get to those Spirit Hearts anyway. Those are not Spirit Hearts. You know what? I'm going to take some time here to go to Judgment. Should be pretty quick. Okay, the key is necessary. Let's open this chest. High Priestess is a good card. That's going to save us a lot of time. 9 volt. Okay, fantastic. Can't re-roll that anyway. There's the shop, but we have no keys, sadly. Maybe shouldn't have used this key to open that chest, although the High Priestess is going to save me a lot of time anyway. And, we might run into greed if we go this way. Would love to go to that, but, sadly, bereft of options. There is the mom boss fights. What's this pill? Okay, retarded pills. Get the High Priestess, because we're going to use that right away. Okay. Let's go for it. Oh, okay, Dead Sea Scrolls. Did nothing. I want to wait for the foot to come down. High Priestess. It stepped on me and took off 2 hearts, but it also took off a lot of hearts from Mom. No excuse, really, for that poor play on my part. But still, we'll be alright here. Oh, that was the battery, not the 9-volt, wasn't it? I probably made that mistake last video, too. Alright, a little bit of extra health. Range upgrade is useless. 15 minutes down to the womb, but not looking so hot in terms of my build right now. But you never know, stranger things have happened. All depends on whether we fight Skolex, what Skolex gives us. Picking up a lot of spirit hearts along the way wouldn't hurt. Oh, I thought I could get him with Chubb there. Let's just plant a bomb, I don't have time to waste. There's our nickel. Dead Sea Scrolls, Wiggle Worm. The heck is Wiggle Worm? I just say that every single time. I've totally forgotten what that item does. Thank God for Gish there. Extra health I can't use, sadly, although I would love to. Assist, guys. Don't want to waste any time in this room, so I'm going to blow my way out. Hopefully I don't have to backtrack, but, you know, that's the risk you take. Can't believe... There's too many bullets on the screen right now. Can't believe I didn't take any damage there. Although, you know, as always, I atone for that by immediately taking damage after saying it. Okay, this room's taking too long. And I've lost a lot of hearts since making that deal with the devil. Yep, we'll use a bomb to get that key, because we could come across a golden chest. Those are pretty common down here. Dead Sea Scrolls, Bob's Rotten Head. Okay, then fire it. Worthless use of Bob's Rotten Head, but that's on me, not on the game. It's the champion, Eyeless Ooze guy. Thank God for Gish again. Now, this should be enough. Let's head downwards. This is not where I want to be. I have no bombs, so I gotta deal with this room. Most important thing on this room is not to watch out for the fetuses. It's actually to watch out for the bullets that I am firing. How am I gonna get this guy? I guess I gotta shoot him. Which is not gonna be easy. Yeah, I just damaged myself there. How is this gonna happen? Okay, Gish's shots fire more slowly. There we go. That was some high-level play there, but... Okay, come on, just... I need to... There... Gish! Okay, made it work. But that was more difficult than I'm used to. Ah, man. We did reach a dead end. We're gonna have to go back through that room I don't want any part of. We do have Dead Sea Scrolls, though. Tammy's head, pretty much worthless in that situation. Although I think it took out one. Yeah, it did. Got killed. Ugh. That was a stressful run, but I did better than I thought. I got down to the womb in about 18 minutes, but didn't manage to succeed. And that's why a speedrun is so difficult, you know? You gotta... What would have saved me there? An early deal with the devil to get Brimstone or Mom's Knife or Fetus in a Jar. Maybe it wouldn't have saved me, particularly Fetus in a Jar, but would have made things a lot easier on me. But anyway, I'm kind of pleased with that run so far. We'll probably see another attempt at a speedrun sometime in the future because it mixes things up a little bit. As always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.